Entrepreneur Jim Rohn famously observed that we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. Your daily energy is dictated by the immediate social circle mapped around you. But that network breaks down when infiltrated by one-sided friendships. We all know the person who demands constant support, going silent when you need a favor. Over time, these dynamics can turn actively manipulative. Toxic individuals often use your vulnerabilities as ammunition. They will take a secret shared in confidence and weaponize it, twisting the facts to make you doubt your own reality. When we fail to recognize these behaviors early, our natural instinct to trust people becomes a psychological liability. The people closest to us stop being a source of strength and become a continuous emotional drain. To protect our focus, we need an objective framework to evaluate relationships. We have to test people before we entrust them with our emotional well-being. The Roman philosopher Seneca observed that most of us get this process backwards. We befriend impulsively and only judge character after becoming emotionally entangled. Seneca argued that you must judge a person before forming the friendship. Take your time to rigorously evaluate who deserves your trust. But once that decision is made, you stop auditing them and commit completely. Achieving that safety requires us to replace blind faith with a systemic test. We need an outward behavioral metric to filter out manipulative people before they ever get close. The best way to observe someone's true character is to watch what they do when they believe they have no obligation to be nice. A highly congested, fast-paced restaurant provides a specific high-stress setting for this audit. It is commonly known as the waiter rule. The way a person treats service workers provides a real-time indicator of their underlying personality. Look at this flowchart of a situational value system. People with this trait turn charm on and off based on leverage. They show deep respect to authority, but direct impatience towards subordinates, revealing respect is performed for social gain. If they snap their fingers at a barista or speak condescendingly to a server, their kindness is a calculated tactic rather than a personality trait. If someone demonstrates this conditional kindness toward a subordinate, they have already shown they are untrustworthy. It does not matter how politely they are treating you right now. They are simply calculating your current utility. Recent psychological studies on consumer behavior looked at how bystanders react when they witness this exact kind of rudeness directed at service workers. The researchers found that people who witness a server being mistreated often experience a strong sense of pity. They intervene by offering kind words or compensating with a larger tip. That spontaneous desire to support a stranger provides evidence of a deep capacity for empathy. As the journalist Del Jones noted, how others treat a CEO tells you nothing, but how they treat a waiter acts as a magical window into the soul. Unconditional kindness, when directed at someone who cannot return a favor or offer professional leverage, must be the baseline for letting anyone into your trusted circle. Once you have observed a person's baseline character out in the real world, you need a filing system to properly classify the connection you share with them. We can borrow that system directly from Aristotle. He developed a framework that evaluates human bonds based entirely on the underlying motivations that drive them. This pyramid breaks down his 3 tiers of connection. The base layer is the friendship of utility. These are purely transactional connections, like networking contacts or convenient acquaintances. The bond dissolves the moment the mutual practical benefit ends. The middle tier is the friendship of pleasure. This is a fragile connection based on shared temporary experiences, hobbies, or superficial amusement. When your tastes change, the friendship usually fades. At the apex is the friendship of virtue. This is a rare bond built on mutual moral growth, selflessness, and a genuine desire to see the other person succeed for their own sake. When we feel drained by fake friends, it is usually because we have mistaken a low-tier utility relationship for a high-tier virtue friendship, giving away our emotional energy to someone who views the connection as a simple transaction. So, what do you do when a person fails your behavioral audit and you realize they are entirely utility-driven? You have to take immediate action to protect your peace. You don't need a dramatic confrontation. Instead, use strategic distancing, sometimes called the gray rock method. Keep your responses short, remain uninteresting, and slowly withdraw your emotional investment to neutralize their toxic behavior. The Stoics mandated that we actively curate our environments. We are instructed to associate only with individuals whose presence forces us to become better people, and to welcome those whom we ourselves can improve. Many people tolerate toxic behavior because they fear social isolation, but the psychological peace that comes from a small, deeply vetted, virtue-based social circle far outweighs the anxiety of maintaining dozens of superficial connections. Ruthlessly guarding your inner circle and setting hard boundaries is an active form of self-respect. It is the foundational requirement for a flourishing life.